Hey YouTube, Untamed here. So today I'm very excited to share with you this brand new 2024 Toyota Tacoma TRD Sport. Obviously finishing that beautiful Solar Octane paint. I'm excited to highlight all the exterior details, the interior, do a quick drive with you, and include my top 3 likes and my top 3 dislikes of this particular TRD Sport here. So stick with me till the end. I'll wrap up with what does that resale value look like on this TRD Sport moving forward, and do I recommend buying it? Thanks for watching. So for starters, you are greeted with this beautiful paint color, Solar Octane, that just glistens in the sunlight here. You get a good idea of just how beautiful that metallic flake is in the Solar Octane. I've owned it before on my 2023 4Runner TRD Pro, and I absolutely loved it. This here is a color that stands out, and well, you can't lose it in a parking lot, that's for dang sure. The TRD Sport, I feel, is a very special looking vehicle. You know, the exterior is just awesome with the paint match fender flares, of course, that look extremely aggressive. It is just a menacing front end, especially when you look at those blackened, darkened headlight housing. Big fan of what Toyota did there. Obviously, with the TRD Sport in particular, you kind of get a very low shroud up front, right? Kind of helps out with aerodynamics, deflecting wind appropriately, but I can imagine a lot of people removing that pretty quick. And I'm a goober, I forgot to mention perhaps the most important thing. Of course, this brand new 2024 Toyota Tacoma TRD Sport has that 2.4 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. You know, a lot of controversy behind that. A lot of people loved the naturally aspirated V6s we've had in the past in the Tacoma, but I gotta tell you, the figures don't lie. And there's some pretty impressive figures here. 278 horsepower with 317 foot-pounds of torque. That's pretty impressive, coming from a 4-banger, right? I'll give you an idea of these 18-inch machine alloy wheels. I think they look pretty good. I know it's kind of hit or miss based on the comments when I showed the TRD Off Road the other day. They had the same exact TRD wheels, but I like it. It's kind of reminiscent of what we found on the 2010 Toyota FJ Cruiser Trail Teams, if you recall. That black center and that silver ring on the exterior. I think it looks good. TRD Sport has a definitely unique hood scoop. I mean, historically speaking, the TRD Sports always have the hood scoop, just like the TRD Pro. But I think it looks unique. I like that. It's definitely an aggressive front end. Let's move around to the side here. Got Tacoma, a black badge there, and some more black badging out back. Obviously the double cab for full doors. Gas cap on the driver's side, and that TRD Sport decal out back. But just look how wide that stance is with those fender flares. I think that looks pretty incredible. Give you a full rear quarter look at this without tripping. Your 4x4 blacked out badge out back, and Tacoma embossed in the tailgate. Honestly, I'd be kind of hard pressed to choose this, you know, over the TRD Off Road. I mean, they're both pros and cons, of course, but this is a pretty sleek look. And down the side there, love what Toyota did with the fender flares. Let's look at the window sticker. So we're looking at just under $50,000. You know, that does beg the question, like, these aren't cheap, right? I mean, yeah, to be fair, Tacomas never really were super cheap, but now we're in the 50,000s about, right? The TRD Off Road I showed the other day was over $51,000. That's a lot of money to be spending on these vehicles, these mid-sized pickup trucks. And remember when that used to be full-size pickup truck money? That's pretty crazy. You know, that Tundra over there, just a few years ago, was $54,000 brand new. And again, a different segment of truck too. So I think the exterior looks great. Definitely stands out. I think Toyota, out of all the mid-size pickup trucks, I feel like this does look the best. I think they did a great job at making it look pretty menacing. So if you guys are ready, let's hop into the interior. I'll show you all the details on the inside there. So as you walk up to the door, it does have the smart key system. So when you put your hand in there, it unlocks. Same goes for the locking, of course. You just push right there and it locks up. So stuff that we've gotten used to. It is only on the driver and passenger doors, not out back. Let's check out this interior. It definitely looks sleek in here. First impressions, guys. Show you the door card real quick. This is pretty neat. A white trim piece here with TRD embossed in it there. That looks good. Just like the TRD Off Road, you get a metal handle. That's nice. Kind of a harder material up here. Similar to what we found with the dash of the previous generation. All right, JBL sound system. That is a part of the TRD Sport package here. Let's get a good idea of what we're working with inside here. I love the steering wheel. I think that looks great. The one thing I didn't love about the Tundra steering wheel in particular, it says TRD here. Remember the big red lettering? It says TRD, almost like you'd buy it from AutoZone. It just kind of looked chintzy, so I'm happy they did not carry that forward into this. I can get on board with this. I like the white trim accents in here. That looks pretty cool. Kind of a gray finish here. Still plastic up top here. Lots of plastic, but honestly, I'm okay with that, right? I mean, I appreciate Tacomas for being simplistic, and we are finding that in this platform here. Let me give you a better view. We have the upgraded 14-inch multimedia display here for your infotainment. A full digital display. We'll start it up here in a second. Let's give you a look around. No sunroof in this particular one, but plenty of headroom. Look at that. I think with the sunroof, it will actually bring it down a little bit as it needs to make room for it, but this is a plenty of headroom. So this might be a better option for the taller folks. 8-way adjustability. Speaking of taller folks, I don't think you're gonna have much of an issue in this one in particular. You got a ton of adjustability in these seats. And I know a couple of people, at least 6'1" anyway. Now it's not super tall, but they have had no issues with this particular platform. All right, your gauge adjustment here, your headlights, auxiliary buttons here, traction control, automatic high beams, your rear light for your bed, and obviously the controls we've gotten used to up on your steering wheel here. Your cruise control sets over here, your modes. Yeah, volume control. I love this. I think this is pretty awesome. I love how simplistic it is. I'm happy Toyota didn't go far left field, you know, make it super high tech and just too busy in here, because I can see them doing that. They've done it on a couple other platforms, right? We've seen it. So I'm happy they didn't do that here. Climate control appears to be pretty easy to look at and navigate. Love that. Let's look at the back seat before I hop in the driver's seat there, okay? Let's hit unlock. I didn't show it before, but you do have just the basic composite bed in this, no spray-in bed liner. You can get a spray-in bed liner for a $575 upcharge from factory. So this is where we got kind of a lot of the gripes coming in, right? I mean, Tacomas historically have not been a spacious truck, right? I mean, they're a mid-sized pickup truck at the end of the day, but I have seen a lot of people kind of get bent out of shape about the lack of legroom in this in particular in this generation, especially with the upgraded suspension seats. If you recall, like the TRD Pro model will get as an option, you get like two little struts back here that really protrude into your passenger's legroom out back. So that does not look ideal, but it does look sweet. It's more of that white trim finish on the back. I love it. Just sliding center window here out back. Again, even more cutout back here for your rear passengers. I think that's great. And All right, let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat here and fire it up. Cloth interior, of course, but a nice design to it. Kind of a sport bucket seat looking thing. Let's grab the door. Nice rubbery handle like we found in the TRD Off Road as well, of course, but this feels nice, very sturdy, and a very heavy feeling door. So we'll get a solid thud when we shut it. That's nice. Red TRD push to start, so foot on the brake, push to start. There's your full digital display. That looks good. I like that a lot. And your ginormous 14-inch infotainment here. Your volume control, look at this. Like, I love how your volume control here, your climate control, adjust that real quick, your fan speed. This is a home run for Toyota in my opinion. Very simplistic, very easy to use, very intuitive. I love it. Heated steering wheel right here. Trailer brake control, love that. This just feels right in here, guys. I'm a fan. So you got a little bit of a, you can't really see too well, but you got a little bit of a little cargo space right there. Something small, hard plastic, so stuff will definitely slide around, but you got some ridges to maybe catch it a little bit. I like this. This is cool. Tacoma there, gloss black on the white trim, but great visibility. JBL speakers. This is a nice spot to be. I'm a fan. Got that, again, rubbery, very sturdy handle right here for your passenger to hold on to. More like almost like a molly tray here, or siding where you can throw in some more, throw your change in there, whatever it is. And your off-roading goodies here, your drive mode selection, tow haul mode, your electronic parking brake, 4-wheel drive, 4 high, 4 low, and a lot of blank potential buttons here, right? So this is always nice to have, especially for the folks who like to put on the aftermarket goodies, put on the aftermarket lights, blah, 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 blah. You got some blank slots here. You can put in some buttons like that. Wireless charging tray here, Qi charging tray with your wireless or your C port chargers right here. And a nice grippy feel to it. That's nice. And your standard cigarette lighter charging port there too. This feels nice to the touch, nice leather wrapped gear selection here, shifter. Yeah, this is a pleasant place to be, guys. I could probably go on and on, but you get the gist of it. Okay, yeah, this 4-cylinder gets up to speed quite nicely. That was a very linear power delivery there, like that. And when I asked the dealership, I'm kind of shocked that it hasn't been sold, right? I mean, the TRD Off Road that they had there, it sold within a couple days that they had previously, the ice cap white one. But this one here, they've had it for about a week and no sale yet anyway. This one is sporting the 8-speed automatic transmission. Sorry, it is windy out today, so we're gonna get a lot of kind of wind noise around the vehicle. That is not standard. I want to make that very clear. It is 60-mile-per-hour wind gust out here in Wyoming, which isn't too uncommon for Wyoming, but all right, let me let you hear the vehicle. When I got on the throttle there, one thing I noticed immediately was, it did not hunt for gears. I think that was pretty nice. It is a linear power delivery. It's snappy. The throttle response is excellent, I think. But first impressions, I am impressed by it. I do think Toyota did a good job at making this a very good package. So I wanted to get a better idea of just how great this turn radius is. So we are at full lock in the Tacoma here, and we're actually in a pretty tight spot here. Let's see if we can do a circle just fine here. How about that? Wow, this really is a tight spot, and it's doing just fine. That's pretty incredible. Love that. Yeah, if you're navigating any kind of tight trails and you need to move in and out of pretty tight spots, you're going to be pretty happy with just how great the turn radius is here. Good job, Toyota. Unfortunately, there are still a few dealerships out there who think just because they have a brand new, fully redesigned Tacoma, they can hit you with a markup. Do not fall victim to that. I promise you, Toyota is going to make a lot of this particular 2024 Toyota Tacoma TRD Sport and TRD Off Road. There's going to be plenty of them. Do not fall victim to that. Do not pay over sticker for this. You want to pay MSRP or better even on this particular truck here. So don't let them trick you into paying a markup, all right? So real quick, let's talk residual value. The Toyota Tacoma has historically been in the top 5 when it comes to having the best resale value. Top 5 out of all vehicles in general within the US. So of course, I think we can comfortably say that the Tacoma TRD Sport here will do just fine when it comes to resale, often only losing about 10% of its resale value within the first 2 years. That's pretty impressive. So let's talk through my top 3 likes and my top 3 dislikes. Now up front, keep in mind, although I have a few dislikes, just know that the things I dislike might be the things that you love most about it. It's just my personal opinion I'm sharing here, guys. So let's start with the good. The things I love about it are pretty obvious. I absolutely love the exceptional design cues of it. I think Toyota did a great job, especially with the exterior design elements, of making this Toyota Tacoma TRD Sport extremely aggressive looking. It really is the most menacing looking midsize pickup truck, and it's my favorite design wise for sure. Number 2, simplicity. I love the fact that Toyota kept the interior in particular very simplistic. I'm in my Tundra now, for the record, but I love that everything within that Tacoma is very easy to navigate, easy to use. And, it's very intuitive. The climate controls, everything's a knob, tactile buttons, very, very simplistic. And I appreciate Toyota keeping it that way for the Tacoma in particular. And number 3 is just how snappy the throttle response is. That 4-cylinder turbocharged platform, that iFoce really, really throws you back in your seat. That 278 horsepower and 317 foot-pounds of torque is no joke for a 4-banger. So I love the throttle response, and I love the fact that it does not gear hunt. That was a problem that we found with the previous generation, of course. So that 8-speed automatic transmission in this new Tacoma is exceptional in my opinion. Let's talk about the dislikes. Again, don't beat me up too bad, but the few things I don't love about it include the fact that it is a 4-banger, right? It still is a 4-cylinder at the end of the day, turbocharged platform. Although the numbers don't lie, it's a better performer than the last generation, no doubt. There's just something about having that unmatched peace of mind of a naturally aspirated V6. That is me personally. I get it. I might be alone on that. I might be in the minority, and maybe rightfully so, because this really is an exceptional platform. And Toyota, historically, I'm speaking on both sides of my mouth on purpose, has put together very reliable turbocharged 4-cylinders before for the last several years. And they've developed a really good reliability rating, right? A good reputation. So I'm confident that Toyota did their homework and put in an exceptional engine in that particular Tacoma. But again, the idea of it, I'm not sold on. Number 2, the fact that it's made in Mexico doesn't always sit well with me. Not because, hey, we sourced it to a different country, right? Nothing against Mexico whatsoever. But what does that mean? It means Americans lost out on those opportunities. Those are opportunities for us potentially here in America to have been the ones building these vehicles. Granted, to be fair, we have the Tundra, we have Sequoia, we have other Toyotas, plenty to keep a lot of Americans employed. But it was just an opportunity, again, to maybe propel American employment. So again, that's me as an American speaking, okay? But when I looked at that vehicle, up, down, all around, I can confidently tell you that the build quality was second to none, exceptional. All the body panel gaps were perfect. Everything seemed, very standardized across the board. So very impressed with the build quality coming out of Mexico. And number 3, my third dislike would just be the pricing, okay? We've gotten to the point where now our mid-size pickup trucks are in the 50s, right? $50,000 plus for a TRD Sport, for a TRD Off Road. And who knows what that TRD Pro and Trailhunter are going to be. They've gotten extremely expensive. And it's a lot of money for a mid-size pickup truck. That used to be full-size pickup truck money, right? So the pricing in general is just an easy thing to dislike. Let me know what your thoughts are on those. So we'll wrap up with, do I recommend buying it? The answer is yes. You guys know I'm quite the Toyota fan myself, and I think Toyota did do a great job at making this a very menacing platform. Exterior design cues are exceptional. They didn't get rid of the whole simplistic feel on the interior, and not to mention, Toyota has a pretty good reputation at building very reliable turbocharged 4-cylinders, and I think we can expect that to continue to be the case with the brand new Toyota Tacoma here. So I'm very impressed with it, and I think you guys will be too. Let me know what your thoughts are. So as always, guys, I sincerely appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. If you found any kind of value in this, please let me know. Let me know in the comment section. If there's any other vehicle you'd like to see me review, let me know that too. I'm definitely receptive and open to your thoughts on that. So we'll wrap up the video there. Again, another huge shout out to Ken Garf Toyota here in Cheyenne, Wyoming. I definitely appreciate them allowing me the opportunity to get behind the wheel of this brand new 2024 Toyota Tacoma TRD Sport. It definitely is a great truck, guys, and I think you'll be impressed with it when you drive it. So as always, appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing. Your support helps tremendously, and I really do appreciate it. Thanks for watching as always. Till next time.